Derrick. Let me find out all this advice you've been given is so that we can avoid men like you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britney Alea, and today's segment is the weekly wind down, where I drink wine and we talk about trending topics. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into this Derrick Jaxn mess. And if you have not heard about this, honestly, I don't know where you've been. You must have been under a rock, because you cannot go on Instagram without seeing a meme, the Shade Room posting something new, Hollywood Unlocked, the Neighborhood Talk, all of like the major urban blogs talking about him. Like, there's no way you can miss this story. But if you're not familiar with him, Derrick Jaxn is a self-proclaimed love ambassador, and you can see his videos all over Instagram, even if you're not following him. And I have never followed him. I would see his videos occasionally, and I would think, okay, like, interesting, or like I may agree with a point or two. But I kind of always felt like he was pandering to black women, and I didn't always get the vibe that it was for a good reason. Like, I don't know, I just always felt like he had some type of like ulterior motive. So he's never really been my cup of tea, but a lot of people really like his advice, and a lot of people like live by his advice, especially women. So the news that broke about him on Tasha K's channel, and child, if y'all know Tasha K, y'all know she is messy. So she ends up interviewing a young lady who says that she was having an affair with Derrick Jaxn. Mind you, I don't know if I'm the only one, if I've been living under a rock. Who knew this man was married? Who knew? He never talks about a wife. Recently he's been posting his wife, but I mean, we know why. But who knew that Derrick Jaxn was married? It's just like, So the woman on Tasha K, she basically says that she was messing around with him. She gave details on what their home looked like, details on what their room and their bed looked like. Oh my gosh, she just went into it. So once Tasha K exposed him, and I mean, when Tasha K exposes someone, a lot of times you know she's a little messy, so you take her information with a grain of salt. You know there's always a little bit of truth to it, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like Tasha's side, whoever she's interviewing side, and the truth. So you're like, I don't know. But he did end up coming out with his wife in tow, sitting on a couch where she looks quite frightened and unprepared to be on camera. And he's just like, there were some things going on in my marriage, including sex. I'm like, what? Like, it was just the most awkward thing. I'm gonna post a clip of it in here. It was just so awkward.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Alea, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now.
First of all, the thing that got me is that the wife gets on camera, she's wearing a bonnet, or maybe it was a knitted hat. She's wearing something on her head that I'm like, there's no way she chose to wear this on camera. I feel like he did not want her to get dressed. He gives me controlling vibes. Now, this is just my own assumption. That could not be true. She could be the one that runs things, but he just gives me a controlling vibe to where like, he was like, no, just wear that, sit down, come on. And like the way he was gripping her hand, he was gripping this woman's hand so tight. It looks like she needed help escaping. And I still, like I said in the beginning, girl, if you need help, let me know. All you gotta do is blink twice. I'm just saying. So they're sitting there and she's holding his hand while wearing a bonnet and a wrinkled black t-shirt and acid wash jeans. And I'm just like, you have me on camera holding your hand while you divulge to the world that you've been sleeping with other women, and I look like a smurf? What? Like, it's just the optics of it are crazy to me. And then another thing, I'm like, okay, so now you want to parade me around for optics. Half of the people in the comments, and I know I'm not the only one that thought this, people were like, you're married? He never talks about his wife. He never shows his wife. If he does, it's in passing, and I've missed it because, again, I said I don't follow him. But when I used to see him on blogs, or when I used to see his stuff like being shared by people, at no point was he talking about his own marriage. Like, he may be talking about marriages, or he may be talking about relationships, but never did he mention, well, in my relationship, or my wife, or the love of my life. And if he did, I missed it because, again, I didn't follow him that closely. But it just, a lot of people who follow him were like, he's married? It was just a mess. It's not my ministry to be sitting next to you while you're explaining to the world all the other women you slept with, and I'm looking like this. First of all, I would have came out there, face beat, little natural beat face, some like mink lashes, hair laid. She gives me very natural vibes. So girl, you should have had the twist out of your life. I mean, you should have had all the juices and berries flowing. Like, your hair should have been laid, or you could have got your quick little lace wig, threw it on, had it laid out, combed them little babies out, something. Outfit would have been given. It would have been low cut, not too much, but just give him a little décolletage, something. The way this woman, I'm like, why does she look like that? And the thing that I hate about it too, I'm bringing up what she looked like for a point, because I feel like he made her sit there and look like that. I don't feel like she would want to come on. I mean, I don't know the woman. Again, nobody knows the woman because nobody knew he was married. But like, I just don't see her wanting to come on his show or his YouTube or Instagram for the first time looking that way, especially when they're talking about a topic like that. It's like, I would have came out there beat, hair just flowing, outfit giving, and then first of all, he would have had to pay me for my appearance, because ever you not show me off, and then now when you do want to show me off, it's for optics because you cheated on me. No ma'am. I wouldn't have did it with them. Honestly, truthfully, in my spirit, I probably would have been done. But if I were to be staying, oh no, he'd be making it up to me. And what I would not be doing, I'd be like, oh no, this is your mess. You need to clean up on your own. But since she decided to sit there with him, she should have came on giving them everything. Like, the way she should have came out, like, it should have just been like, that's the wife who cheated on? You crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, so after that, I would have been like, okay, I'm gonna sit there with you. You're gonna pay me for doing this. You're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay for me to look how I want to look when I sit on this camera. You're gonna pay me for being there with you in the first place. And then after it's done, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And when he says, well, where you going? I'm gonna be like, I'm going to get you back. I'll see you. Matter of fact, don't even wait up. I'll see you next week. Because what? It's just crazy. And then people started doing like a deep dive onto her Instagram, and there's some disturbing, weird posts, like posts about how, I guess he was messing around with a dark-skinned woman at one point in time, and she knew a lot about this dark-skinned woman, and she started comparing herself to her, and she started trying to look like the other women that he was sleeping with. But she had a real thing about the dark-skinned woman that he was sleeping with, and saying that because of that, she even started to like hate her dark-skinned daughter. And it gets dark. I don't want to go all into that because I haven't quite done the research on that, but I know that Chrissy did a video on it, and I think I Am Ella, who I love both of them. And if I find their videos, I'll post them down below. But they both, I know, talked about those weird posts she had on Instagram. So those posts were a little bit backdated. I think they were from like February, maybe early March, before anybody knew who she was. So her posting that, people may not have even put two and two together that she was Derrick Jaxn's wife prior. So she has those weird tweets, and then she comes out on her own, outside of him, to make another follow-up video. In this follow-up video, she's wearing just like a pink cap to the side, and she's talking about being a God soldier and the devil.
Hey world, this is Derrick Jaxn here, here to answer a question. I keep on getting this question: why now? Did Derrick beat you and drag you to save him? Well, first let me say that only Jesus Christ can save Derrick. Okay, only Jesus can save him. He has already done that, and now Derrick is laying in the bed that he made with the actions that he took, and the only person that saved him from that and can save him from it is Jesus Christ. I can't do anything, say anything to do that. His actions were his actions, and unfortunately other people decided that they wanted to take whatever they wanted to do and run with that, but no weapons formed against us shall prosper on that piece. Why am I speaking now? I've come to confront the issue that says you cannot be healed that it takes this amount of time for you to be healed, that you have to be depressed, have anxiety, hide your face, you once a cheater, always a cheater, you are this and we are this and we are that. You can never overcome this situation. There's always someone better. Well, those are lies from the pit of hell. But it's because what we don't understand is that there is a spiritual war going on. So though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So when we understand it and we understand the things that are behind the action and the behavior, then we know that, hey, there is a spiritual battle that is going on, and I've come to confront and to reveal the plot and the scheme of the enemy that says you cannot have this.
I'm like, the devil didn't make him cheat. He cheated because he wanted to. And I grew up in the church. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. All of that. However, I feel like a lot of the things that have been spoon-fed to black women in the church specifically have not been for our, like, betterment. I feel like a lot of things have been, I don't know, like, you're the lesser party to this man. You need to do everything to do to keep this man happy and to keep this man. Rather than this man needs to work for your affection and to keep you and honor you. Like, I don't necessarily think that those things are always instilled in women who are heavy in the church, and it shows. Like, you can always tell when someone is unhappy in their marriage and isn't going to leave because of their morals or their, because of God or because of church or what people are going to think. And I'm like, it's quite sad because this woman looks miserable. She looks miserable. She looks like she's trapped. I just want to save her and give her a hug and tell her, girl, you need to get out of this. But yeah, she even talked about she wanted to look like the women he was cheating with. And I'm like, girl, you don't really want to look like the women he's cheating with, because quiet as it's kept. Again, no one knew Derrick Jaxn was married. You will go under posts of many of the Instagram models that I follow and see him giving hard eyes or whatever. Like, so no one thought he was married, and he has a type. He likes the girls, no matter what skin tone. He likes the girls with the long weave, the eyelashes, the little spicy outfits. That's his type. So to see her, she's always wearing menswear. And I'm like, if your husband is attracted to that, why are you always dressed like this? And I feel like he's the type that wants her to look homely. He wants her at home looking like that while he goes out and messes with women to look like that. But he doesn't want his wife to attract anyone else. That's the vibe I'm getting. Now, I could be completely off base with that, but it's just, that's what it seems like. And for me, I'm like, girl, no. And then she came out with another video where she's wearing the bonnet hat again and like this army fatigue. And again, she's talking about being a soldier for God. And I'm going to put in clips of whatever I'm talking about.
I have a question. What would God say about your body language in this hour? How would God judge your body language in this hour? Furthermore, how prepared are you to stand on the spoken word of God and to proclaim victory over sin? When the enemy comes in like a flood, will you drown or will you walk on water? We live in a wicked generation that does not know God, does not see God, does not hear God's word, and does not know how to activate the word of God. Therefore, you are lost.
And I'm just like, Dania, honey, sweetie baby, he's a cheater. He cheated because he wanted to. He's going to keep doing it because you're not looking like these girls that he wants to be with. And honestly, it's crazy because even sometimes you can be that girl and still get cheated on. So it's like, if he wants to cheat, he's just going to cheat. Because look at Cardi B. Cardi B has booty out to here, chest out to here, hair always done, makeup always done, outfits are impeccable. And Offset is still off cheat every other weekend. So I don't know what she can do, but I just feel like a little bit of effort needs to be put into her appearance because it's obviously something that he likes and she's not giving. Now, I want to say that since I started doing research for this, Tasha K has put out 2 or 3 more videos on him. The most recent one, child, there's a woman alleging that she's pregnant. There's also her saying that like a lot of the videos that he has where it looks like he's outside of his home because he has a White House is actually her house, and the White House with the balcony is her house. And then they started showing pictures of the White House with the balcony, and I said, this is a saga. This is a trilogy. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, listen, your next movie is already written. You don't even have to worry about the plot lines because I know that you don't really like to keep up with plot lines. You drop a plot line real quick. You don't have to worry about plot lines if the story is already written out for you. All you gotta do is just come up with a general theme and run the same plot line that they're already giving you, because the stuff writes itself. You don't gotta worry about getting them crooked shake and go wigs, because the girl don't even wear her hair out. You just need a bonnet. Tyler, get on it. If not Tyler, Oprah. I can see this on OWN. Little made for TV. Maybe it comes on before the have and have nots. I can see it. It's so much going on, and I'm just like, whoo, child. This is a mess. But basically, I feel like the summary of this whole story is that you cannot put too much stock or faith or anything in these like Instagram, internet, YouTube gurus. And that's in any sector, because a lot of times they're just winging it. They have no idea what they're doing, or they're hypocrites and they're telling you one thing, they're selling you this way of life, and they themselves are doing the complete opposite. So it's best to just do you. Maybe you have people who you like, or you feel like you want to emulate, but to have their word be your doctrine, no, because they're flawed humans too. And by the time it's all over and done, all of their skeletons may come out the closet just like Mr. Jackson's. And when that does happen, I'll be there to spill the tea. Alright guys, so anyway, that is all I have for this video. The relationship girlies are fighting. It is a mess. Please be sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!